Well, the fate of TikTok is hanging in the balance after an appeals court ruled unanimously today to uphold the federal government's ban on the app in the U.S. This means TikTok would be removed from app stores if its Chinese parent company, ByteDance, does not sell to an American owner by January 19th. The DOJ argues the app is a national security threat under its current ownership. Now, this ban was first signed into law back in April, and it is spurring backlash from many of TikTok's 170 million U.S. users. NBC News Now anchor Savannah Sellers has been following the story from the beginning for us. Savannah, tell us what the court said today in this ruling and what comes next for TikTok between now and January 19th.
Yeah, absolutely, Vicki. So we really were waiting here today, unsure of what we would hear from this three-judge panel, because back in September, we got a little bit of a clue when some questions were asked of the TikTok team, and we thought, they do seem pretty critical of TikTok, but there were also issues and concerns about free speech here. So we did not know how this is going to go. Ultimately, this panel, as you mentioned, unanimously deciding to uphold this law that could effectively ban TikTok by January 19th. I want to read you some of what we saw in the majority opinion today, and it really centers on that national security argument. Here it is on your screen. Here, the government acted solely to protect that freedom from a foreign adversary nation and to limit that adversary's ability to gather data on people in the United States. Now, our viewers might remember this is because the owner of TikTok is a company called ByteDance that has Chinese ownership. You'll see that here in this statement. ByteDance and its TikTok entities have a demonstrated history of manipulating the content on their platforms, including at the direction of the PRC. Notably, TikTok never squarely denies that it has ever manipulated content on the TikTok platform at the direction of the PRC. So the concern here is that there is able to be Chinese influence on this app that has so much American data and so many American users consuming that content on the app. Notably, though, in what eventually got this law in the first place put there, any type of evidence about what that national security concern would be was redacted. So there's no smoking gun, so to speak, which is a lot of what TikTok has pointed to.
You know, Savannah, what is TikTok saying here in terms of the response to the decision today? And also, there's a big wild card here in terms of what President-elect Trump will do with TikTok, because he's going to be inaugurated just one day after this ban is set to go into effect. Would he have any kind of power over the app come January 20th?
Absolutely. So quickly, I'll answer your first question. We are still waiting on an official response from TikTok on this. I'm following up with them. I'll let you know when we have it. But a source close to the company did tell me essentially that they're going to ask for this to be paused while they take this to the Supreme Court. We were anticipating that either side that lost here would do so. In terms of President-elect Trump, this is really interesting. So first of all, just in general, he has 90 days to essentially allow an extension on that divestiture. If you remember, that's where the selling the company away from ByteDance, that Chinese ownership. TikTok has never indicated that they are even exploring that whatsoever. We also, though, could see, because the president-elect did say in the last days of his campaign, he will save TikTok, that he just kind of makes this go away altogether in some way. So it'll be really interesting to see what happens over the next month.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a month. Savannah Sellers, thank you so much.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.